obvious. Everything from apparel to foods, everything. There's more choice, there's more out there. But there's still a sense on the part of many consumers that things are not as good as they used to be. So this is a real emotion. And if you're in a business where you deal with consumers, you know that emotions are real. You have to deal with them. You cannot ignore them. So why? Why is there that feeling? Well, I maintain that we have that feeling because the whole psychological underpinning of the vendor-consumer relationship has been damaged. That people don't trust that they will get good service. The way they once upon a time thought, oh, 800 number, just call the 800 number, they'll solve the problem. When the 800 number was first introduced, it was a great invention. In marketing terms, it was a great invention in the United States, let's say, half a century ago, maybe about half a century ago. And indeed, a free call, and in those days a call was 10 cents in the United States. That's quite an expensive investment. The sense that you're not going to get that satisfaction is very strong. Now, obviously, many companies take their customers' opinions very seriously, and they really do try to give good service. But there are the other companies, such as some of the ones I talked about previously, that are trying to keep the customer far enough away so they don't have to hear about the problems. And this will cause alienation. But it also provides a marketing opportunity if a company sees it as a problem and tries to solve it.
Thank you for calling USA Prime Credit. My name is Peggy.
What is problem, please?
Peggy? Sure. Well, suddenly it looks like I'm being charged
A $35 annual fee.
Yes?
Tell me it's a mistake.
Yes?
Are you saying yes? Are you asking yes?
Yes?
Peggy?
Want better customer service? Switch to Discover. Ranked #1 in customer loyalty. It pays to Discover.
Thank you for calling USA Prime Credit. My name Peggy.
Peggy, yes, I'd like to redeem my reward points.
So a gift card?
10 points, please.
250,000.
Calculating.
Ooh,
Answer 550.
550 bucks?
$1.50 minus redeeming charge, leave you
50 cents.
Say what?
the time.
What kind of program is this?
Want better rewards? Switch to Discover, America's #1 cash rewards program. It pays to Discover.
Thank you for calling USA Prime Credit. My name is Peggy.
You have problem?
Peggy? Okay. I've been waiting for 15 minutes for someone to pick up.
You're tenacious like bull. I like.
Please hold.
No, Peggy.
So pretty.
Want better customer service? Switch to Discover. Ranked #1 in customer loyalty. It pays to Discover.
And one more, because I like these very, very
I see.
USA Prime Credit. My name Peggy. You got problem?
Peggy? Third time I've called. It's time I speak with the supervisor.
Supervisor.
He's genius. I transfer. Transfer.
Transfer.
Hello. My name is
Peggy. Con!
Hello.
Want better customer service? Switch to Discover and get the help you need the first time you call. It pays.
Well, I find it a brilliant campaign because they covered many different bases with their range of very, very short, funny ads. And Discover, ironically, of all the cards in the United States, it's the one that said the strongest loyalty. I wonder what they mean by that, because it's probably not in as many wallets as any of the other types of plastic. But what they're getting at here is something very important, that people really are sick of being treated badly. And people are treated badly because of this whole desire to save money, which, in my opinion, is an example of false economy. First, the automation, the faith in technology, the idea that this makes you more productive, of course, is a false economy because we know, I teach my students in marketing, it costs more to attract a new customer than to keep one. So if you're making people very dissatisfied, the only way you're going to keep them is if you're a monopoly or close to it. But what's been going on in many service industries is the unlearning of the customer. The fact that people learned to use a toll-free number to contact a company if they wanted something corrected or if they had a complaint, and the fact that this is being de-emphasized is a form of teaching, which is negative teaching. I know that it's happened to me even in Japan where I call, let's say, a credit card company and they'll say, oh, you can go to our website and do that thing. And I just say, I don't want to do it on my website. I want you to do it for me. Because the website, of course, is very, and most of these websites are not very intuitive. So it takes a lot to learn what to do. So they're shifting the burden onto you. And the phrase which comes to mind, which I remember as a child, when the Yellow Pages came out in the United States, which of course now anybody know they just discontinued Yellow Pages? They're not printing phone directories anymore. I'm almost positive of that, as everything is now online. No more trees being cut down for that. Let your fingers do the walking was the idea you can call to get service. And now, the whole idea is learned helplessness. Yes, you can go on the website, but the website is not a human being. And usually, if you have a problem, it's something that you've not been able to solve through the usual channels. You know, they'll say frequently asked questions. You go down the frequently asked questions list, and yours is not there. It's a very common problem. And related to it, again, is the canary in the coal mine, the stratification of service, which I think is the big thing, the big problem. The cancer, which can be stopped, but may not be stopped. And again, airlines are an easy target. Forgive me, those of you from the airline industry. It's certainly not the only industry guilty of these things. But the attempt to justify prices by making people feel unworthy, and probably more important than that, the idea of trying to reduce their expectations. So when you go on a coach flight now, economy class, if you get a pillow, you're delighted.